Hi there folks, this is Big Doug Outdoors. Today I want to do just a little review why I love hunting and fishing and camping is because this little fella right here, he's my little grandson. Do you see? Yeah. Can you say hi? Say hi. You gonna say hi? Huh? It's never too late to start them out young like this. Teach them about hunting and fishing and camping and stuff and having a good time, enjoy your life with your family. And not only that, it's also good to teach them when they're this age about gun safety and everything. They never can be too young to do that. And you can turn around and show them about with guns and stuff. And best way to teach them is to take them out there with you, show them what a gun can do, and that teaches them the basics of leaving firearms alone. We always taught our kids growing up to make sure if you see a firearm in the way, to come to mommy and daddy and tell them to move it, to put it up somewhere or something. We always kept our firearms locked up. I always kept a handgun at night beside my bed for safety reason and stuff, for protection is what I was trying to get out. But I always taught my son and my daughter not to mess with them. That's one thing I recommend when you got little ones around like kids. Teach them about firearms, teach them about safety with it. And you know, it's not only that, knives and stuff as well. Keep them put up and out of their reach. That's one thing I recommend out there. And this little fella is everything to you, Grampy. Yeah. I just want to kind of post this little video out there. The reason why I like to get out and camp and hunt and fish is because one day this little feller, he's going to get up to the right age to get out there and enjoy and spend time with Grandpa and his daddy and maybe his uncle and them to catch a fish or go camping or maybe do a little hunting with us as well. I enjoy spending time with my family. Can you say hi to him? Yeah. 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 No, don't grab the camera. But yeah, I just want to kind of go over something about that. You know, I've been seeing a lot of that on YouTube about how people are against firearms, being around little kids and stuff. Best thing you can do is just teach them when they're young. That is one thing I highly recommend. That gets them prepared for hunting as well. You can never start young enough or too young or anything with that. That being said, because Andrew, my little boy, well, he's a grown man now, that's his little boy. He always turned around, was out there with daddy whenever I was shooting my guns or I was shooting my bows. He was right there with me with the whole thing. So that's one thing I gotta say I'm very grateful for. We even had our grandparents involved in it as well. My father-in-law, he stepped in at time whenever I wasn't around to teach his grandkids, which are my kids at the time, and to show them, you know, the right and wrong with messing with handguns. And the kids knew that whenever they were at Grandma and Grandpa's or they were at home, you don't touch the guns, you leave them alone when they're that young of an age. And then when they get a little older, you know, kind of introduce them into shooting a firearm or something. And when Andrew, he was about 5, I think, or so, he wanted to start hunting and everything with us. So we ended up getting him a little Rossi single shot that was a 22 and also came with a 410 barrel. And we kind of taught him how to shoot it and get used to it, you know, and taught him gun safety. Even when he was a child, as his son, his age, we always told him whenever he seen a gun, and we always brought a gun into the view to where they can see that, where they know not to touch that firearm. That is one thing, you know, I highly recommend doing. But yeah, I enjoy having grandkids. What are you doing? And stuff, being around. So that's one thing I wanted to do a little talk about and stuff about gun safety with kids and stuff. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I just love my grandkids and my kids and stuff. I enjoy doing things with them. So I just, basically that's what I was just wanting to do, a little video with my grandson, but he's getting, Auntie, you want to come up here? Huh? Don't he? You want to sit up here, Grampy? No? Okay. But anyways, I'm just going to get off of here and just kind of throw that little idea out there. I know, like I said, with Andrew, we started him when he was about 5 or 6 years old, shooting firearms. And he wanted to go hunting, so we made a pact, me and my wife did, that he can go and take this hunter safety course as required after a certain year. I even had to take it as myself before I can start hunting and everything. So I ended up taking him up to a hunter education class, and he was just in kindergarten, if I'm not mistaken. I think he was about 5 or 6. And he ended up taking the class with me because I sat down with him. And at the end of the class, the teacher was really proud of me, and just all of them were thanking me for letting my son do the test on his own. That was a pact that me and my wife made. Only way he can hunt, and we even told him that when he went into there. So we told him that he needed to pay attention to what was going on, what the instructors were saying. But he grew up around firearms and bows, so he knew all the little names and stuff for the parts of the arrows and stuff like that. So, I mean, he already had a heads up with that. And he even went out a few times with me to hunt right along with me. And that was one thing we always did, introduced, brought our kids into that stuff as well. So that's one thing I recommend doing. And be patient with your kids and let them do that test on their own. Because what I was talking about was the kids there, the fathers were writing the answers down for the kids. And reality, the instructors couldn't say or do anything about it. And that was what they told me, and they were pretty upset with it, because 90% of the kids, well, 99% of the kids, their dad and mom was the ones writing their answers for them. And Andrew actually, at the end, I had an instructor sit down with him and read it off to him, and Andrew had to answer the test on himself. They didn't turn on encouraging with anything, because I sat and watched them through the whole process. And when he got, I think, a 78 or something like that, it wasn't real high, but it was like right there where he could miss, and that was it. So he actually passed because he knew a lot of the answers on his own with bows and guns and stuff by growing up with it. And eventually, they gave him his little pass, little orange card that said he completed it and everything on his own. And they thanked me then, for allowing him to answer his answers for him, because about 90% to 99% of the kids in there, their parents answered the questions for them. So that's the only thing I'm going to talk a little about as well. I just encourage you guys as well, get your kids and grandkids out there, enjoy one another time, because this day and time, you don't know when you're gonna pass on and leave this world behind. So I just want to thank you guys again for watching my channels, and I want to say God bless and good luck in your upcoming hen fishing here in 2020. We'll see you till next time. You gonna say goodbye? Want to say bye-bye?